Today I have reset the NHL to a fantasy draft and will be selecting 20 players for my team. The challenge for today's video is that if we get shut out, we must trade the player on our team that currently has the most points. How many times will we have to trade? Will our team get better or worse? Let's find out and jump over to NHL 25. Let's go ahead and find out what team we're going to be representing today. It is the Central... How does this happen this often? We shall try this again. What team are we representing today? Hey, yo. Third time's the charm. You know what they say. Here we go. Calgary Flames. Told ya. You know what, jabron? I'm going to give you another chance today. The draft itself, I can take whatever player I want, but we are going to be trading today based on a specific criteria, as you already know. I'm ashamed and embarrassed. I forgot to predict what draft pick we were going to have. We got draft pick number 11, which I'm pretty sure is the exact same one I had in the last one. Who do I not draft often? Rantanen I want to take, but I feel like I took him recently. Kucherov is always up at... You know what? Yeah, let's go for him. Bet you didn't see this coming. We're drafting a goaltender right now. Our second pick, you see what I see, Saros. I think that's a sound strategy because he is not going to be our top point guy. I'll tell you that for free. He's only got 2 abilities, but does it look like I care? Do I look nervous?
Do I look nervous?
Brandon Hagel, welcome aboard the squadrant. Jared McCann's up to an 87 overall. Good for him. He's got 4... Let's give him a shot. I most likely pointed this out in the intro, but just in case I didn't, I'm going to put it out there now that the best player on our team isn't the best overall. It's going to be whoever has the most points at the time, because really that is the best player on the team. Philip Hronik, you say. 7.2, you say. He's only got 1 ability, but that's good enough for me. We're taking Adam Pelech. Tom Wilson? Who says no? 86 overall. Probably not going to go for the next 3 rounds. Sounds like a great time to take him. Another guy that I don't know if I've ever drafted in my life, but we're going to change that today. Arturi Lehkonen, welcome aboard. The probably not Stanley Cup winning Calgary Flames. Watch us not get a single shutout. That would be insane. And if you think I wouldn't still upload this, you're even more crazy. Another guy that I never draft, I don't think I have once this year actually, Tolvanen. He is a sniper as well, so I know those are important. I'm slowly learning that. Josh Manson is a right-handed defensive defenseman. Wow, we only have 1 D-man so far. That's kind of scary. So I am going to be drafting Brent Burns. Nicholas Roy. He's a centerman, only 77 in the dot. Great, good enough for me. I'm also drafting Scott Laughton because he's got 84 faceoffs. He's 83 overall, and that 1.5 is looking real nice. Mr. Suter, I'm a big fan of your contract here. Even though, you know what, we kind of do need to budget a little bit. We still need 4 defensemen, some forwards, a second goaltender, and we only have 27 mil. Only is very subjective. Speaking of our salary cap, Ryan McDonough. Let's take a big chunk out of it. Super down for Capitals legend Taylor Radish. Power forward, 82 overall. Pretty good. I'm not going unique in any way, shape, or form for this pick. The man, the myth, the legend, Marc-Andre Fleury. Welcome back. Very much so down for Radko Gudas. 4 milli. I'm also just thinking, I'm going to have to do conversations after the trade deadline, assuming we're even in any kind of contention at that point. There is a decent chance we could already be Dunions by the time we get there, but maybe not. Maybe this team's going to sing. Gus Nyquist on that contract is going to be a playmaker for us that I don't necessarily love, but whatever. Nathaniel Schmidt. Is he a defensive defenseman? 2-way defender. I'm in. We need a right-handed defenseman, and we have 8.7 mil to make that possible. I specifically wanted to leave some salary cap, though, because of the trades we're going to have to do. So I'm actually pretty happy where we ended up here. I forgot that no trade clauses are a thing. Oh, boy. Well, that kind of puts a wrench in this whole thing. Okay, new rule. I'll ask them if they're willing to be traded, basically. I could have the conversation, and if they say no, then I'll just have to trade our best player that doesn't have a no-trade clause. Sorry. All that being said, we have Lucas Shen here, the Intimidator. Not the best contract I could get, but he's still the player that I'm assigning to this team. Here's a look at our draft summary. Team looks all right, I guess. But will NHL 25 think so? I don't know. I'm hoping this was inferred, but preseason does not count. Who on earth is this guy? And how did you get on my team? We also have Luke Shen scratched. What are we doing here? Kulikov got claimed by Chicago. Oh, what a shame. Our first line has a +5. That's a thing of beauty. Then we go down to a +1, and we got 2 yellows here. Tolvanen's a sniper, right? Yeah, I don't want you on the 4th line. Move you up. Unless, are you also a sniper? No, I don't even care. I'm losing my mind at this point that I'm just willing to do wacky stuff. Lekanen, you're going down to the third line because I want a sniper on line number 2. Defense is interesting. Gudis and Shen, not a fan of each other. What if I move Schmidt down? Easy. Tending the goal, we have Saros and Flower here. Obviously, whoever we have in the net is going to be unreal. Well, let's start simulating and hope we don't get shut out. But obviously, I kind of do want that to happen because then the point of the video is just totally thrown out the window. We start off with an L to the Vancouver Canucks, but we did not get shut out. So that's all. That scared me. Holy, I thought we got one already. We are doing the shutting out because we also shut out the Kraken there. That was close. We got 1 goal against the Carolina Hurricanes, 4-3 to the Winnipeg Jets. Why is this like actually scary kind of? 1-0 win over the Edmonton Oilers. We also shut out Montreal. I don't know how we're pulling this off. I feel like it's going to be hard for other teams to shut us out because we do have Nikita Kucherov. So obviously, he's probably getting a point every game. A lot of close calls though. We have had 1 goal several times. I'm thankful this isn't do a trade when we get a shutout because we would be making trades every other game. There it is. It finally happened. The Ottawa Senators shut us out 4-0. And it is Nikita Kucherov leading the team. I'm assuming Brandon Hagel is going to be the... Does McCann have a no trade clause? He might. His trade clause of the no variety is modified. So it will be Hagel, assuming I can't convince Kucherov or McCann to get off our team. Here we go. Clause options. Are you open to it or no? What about it? I don't know what to say here. Wait, he already has 10 teams? Who are they? How do I find that out? Would you be willing to provide me with an updated list? No. Didn't see this coming. I'm happy here. Yeah. Sorry, dude.
You kidding me?
Would you like to waive your clause so we could trade you? Oh, come on. It says his list is already there, but how do I find it? I'm such a noob at this game mode. If it's gonna be anywhere, I would assume it's in here. Contract. Oh, here we go. All right, so he's willing to be traded to those teams. I assume this is insane and they're going to tell me to kick rocks, but I want Natchez and Hughes for Kucherov. Propose that trade. Oh, wait. Hold on. Whoa, I take it back. They want Natchez to be the first line center instead of the right wing. That is interesting to me. Crazy times here in Calgary, but Tolvanen's going to be on our first line because he's a sniper. And that is pretty much it. Defensively, Luke Hughes is on the right side, second pair. I kind of want to move him up. Oh, that doesn't... I'm still tempted. Nah, we'll leave him on the second pair there with McDonough. Yeah, that works. It took a long time for us to get shut out, but we still have a good trek to go before the trade deadline. So it's very possible that we have to move someone else. And now that we don't have Kucherov... Oh no, we got shut out by Vancouver. 4-0 loss. All right, well, is it going to be Natchez? Yep. Sorry, my friend, but you are getting the Rantanen treatment. Again, I don't think this is going to go through, but they want both of these guys. Svechnikov is slightly worse than Natchez, 2 overall worse. He's 89. Is he a sniper as well? Because I would love to have him up on that first line. All right, well, let's go. Propose the trade. Sweeten it just a touch, you say? How does a 7th round pick sound? Sounds pretty sweet to me. Apparently they agree. Our first line gets a +4 with McCann, Svech, and Hagel. I like that. Second line is interesting. I like our third line a lot. Now we've got Faber and Pelech, which is nasty. Brent Burns and McDonough don't get along. What about that? Why wouldn't you have just done that anyway, jabroni? Come on, I gave you a chance here. We're slowly working our way towards the deadline, but I have a feeling that we are not done yet. Couple of close calls there. Wow, we are losing a lot. What else is new? Actually, you know what? I was going to say we're actually winning some games here, which we are, to be fair, but we just got shut out by Colorado. So let's go see who's got to kick rocks. Of course it is Andrei Svechnikov. Let's go see what we can find. Maybe a slight downgrade here, but I have to make up for it in the one draft I did not taking him. So I think this is worth it. We might be able to sneak in a third, maybe not. Propose the trade, just a bit low. All right, I will add in a 6th. So we're moving up a few rounds here. But we're giving you, I guess, the better player. I don't know. Propose trade, and it goes through. You know what? I'm actually so fine with this, and let me tell you why. Silver abilities are apparently OP, because I always see these teams with no gold X factors going on playoff runs. So perhaps we have unlocked the secret maybe this is the team. We got a big break here, but I just gotta really drill it into these guys' heads that you cannot get shut out. That's it. Oh, the Ducks have fired Greg Cronin. Interesting. We're gonna keep Wow. San Jose, we win 5-2. Washington is a 4-1L. Obviously, after the trade deadline, there's nothing we could do about it. So if we get shut out post-trade deadline, c'est la vie. We beat the Panthers. 3-1 loss. We have a lot of close calls here. 1-0 win, and we are safe. So we're 31, 29, and 3, and our roster is remaining as is. Now, I'm going to do a lot of conversations and hope we could have a breakthrough, maybe bump up our chemistry on every single line, at least a little bit. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm man of the Riz, but the boys listened, and we have good chemistry now. +5 on the first line, +2 on the second line. For some reason, even though I think Lawton was down, it didn't really work because Tom Wilson and Tolvanen want to be on the second. What can you do? Defensively, we got a +3, a +2, and now a +1. So it went from all yellow to that. Let's sim the rest of the season and see if this team can make a playoff run. I think our team is still equally as good as we started. We downgraded our offense a little bit, but we definitely upgraded our defense. We got some young defensemen that are really talented, Faber and Hughes, so I like it. We're certainly fighting for a playoff position. We are 4th in the division right now, so we're in the mix, but we are not guaranteed a spot by any means. Wow, our division's actually crazy. The Canucks have 99 points. We're in second with 85, so they are running away, but we are on one. I have no idea if I've ever seen this, where after a trade deadline, our team does better instead of worse. Holy smokes. Are we just unreal? Is this the team? Trade deadline or not, I don't think we would have had to make a trade because we didn't get shut out once. All right, we're in the dance, and our first round opponent is going to be the Seattle Kraken. We finished second in our division, the Kraken right there at third, but Vancouver was way above everybody. In fact, they won the President's Trophy, so props to you. Golden Knights 14th got finessed. They did not make it in, but other than that, it was top 17 teams. But without them, you know what I mean? Jared McCann led our team. He had 78 points in 82 games, 71 for Hagel. Marchenko only had 68, but I wonder how he did for our team. Okay, so he was struggling with Winnipeg a little bit, but on Calgary, he was point a game. 11 goals, 15 assists. Not a lot of point production from our defense, but that's okay. I just want them to help out. You see what I see. And speaking of, he had a .912 save percentage, but so did Flower. That's weird. GAA definitely different though. He also had 8 shutouts, which is crazy. 3-way tie for most wins in the league. Gus did it in the least amount of games, but Bobrovsky and Wall tied him with 40, a .916 for Gus. Wall had a .914. Sorokin had 1 less win and a .917. There's a lot of good goaltending this year. Holy. Let's play a game. It's Cale Makar. 83 points in 82 games, which is still... like, come on. He's getting 100. Whoa, it was just low scoring in general. Kirill Kaprizov, Kirill the Thrill, if you will, led the entire league with 105 points. We've got the Breadman and Kucherov right here with 104, of course. He had 84 games played, though. That's cheating. The Seattle Kraken have Verhaeghe, Point, and Robert Thomas as their first line. They have a lot of abilities going on here. Nuge, Kyrou, and Zuccarello could be the best second line in the league. I love that they have Luke Glendening on the 4th line with 89 faceoffs and the ability for faceoffs, playing the wing. Defensively, they're solid. Forsling and Manson, Myers, Shabbat, Sandberg, and Trav. Kevin Lankinen is their starting goaltender, backed up by Capo Kakinen. Aren't they both Finnish? Did they go with the Finnish duo? Fantastic Finns even? All right, guys, we came into the playoffs with quite the momentum because we won a lot of games. We lost 3 in overtime, though, so there was no regulation losses there. You know the rules. First 3, let's see how we do against this squad who honestly looks pretty good. We start off with a shutout, so that's nice. And next game is a 5-2L. Oh, they beat us again. All right, sim this one. Hopefully we can make it a best of 3. No, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna real-time sim. I'm not doing it unless we have like a good reason to. Push 7 and we're talking. Push 7 and we're talking. Oh my. ×8 simulation speed. Let's see if we can take these guys down after we were down and out pretty much. First period results in a 1-0 lead for Calgary. That came last second. Suter clutching it out. And what a way to start the second. Arturi Lekkinen, the sniper, Marchenko. Let's go, boys. They got one from Tyler Myers. Boo. Who's that guy? Don't you dare even think about blowing this lead. Don't even put that thought in your head, because it's not going to happen. It doesn't exist. We're winning. We are taking the Calgary Flames to the conference semifinal, the fanciest possible way you can say round 2. Hold on. I did get very scared there. Had me in the first half. Next up, we have the Minnesota Wild, who also went to 7. What are we dealing with here? They've got Hyman, Hischier, and DeBrusk. This team is significantly worse than the team we just beat, which, as you know, scares me. Defensively, they have Sherratt and Fox, Carlson, Fleury, Chernak, and what is this third pair? Ilya Sorokin in the nets. Oh yeah, they're good defensively. They got a good goaltender. Their offense isn't amazing by any stretch of the imagination. First 4 games, they don't sweep us. Doesn't happen. No chance. 6-4 L, 7-4 win. There we go. Nice. Let's keep it going, Calgary. I would really like if you won this next game. It would just be a lot less stressful. No, I'm not doing it. Push 7. Push 7, you absolute clowns. And it was a shutout. You've got to be kidding me. Whoops. Simulated into the Stanley Cup final. But it's Colorado and Tampa. Holy smokes. That is an insane first line. Bradley the Rat Marchand playing with Leon Draisaitl and Natchez. Yeah, we had him once upon a time. They brought back Gabe Landeskog, which I absolutely love for them. Chandler Stevenson right there with Riley Smith. Their defense looked decent. Yeah, they could get the job done. Joseph Woll in the net, backed up by Alexander Lyon. The Tampa Bay Lightning have Kyle Connor, Johnny T, and J-Rob, Lowry Granlund, and Hubert O. That's a really good second line. Not as good as the other one we saw, but it's definitely up there. Taves and Ekholm as the top pair is Gross, Nurse Fowler, good, Kovacevic, and Sebastian Aho, but not that one. Linus Ullmark tending the goal. Let's see who wins. One day at a time, will Colorado win the next game and make it borderline unreachable? No, they won't. In fact, Tampa Bay is mounting quite the comeback here. Oh no. Oh no, Colorado. You hate to see it. Can't be upset with the way this team played at all. Brandon Hagel, 20 points in 13 games played, 19 for Marchenko, 18 for McCann. We even got 7 points from Burns. Brock Faber had 6. That's pretty good. Not the best numbers from Saros. Had a 900 save. Like, if you lower that by .001, it looks way worse. No wonder those teams were in the Stanley Cup final, because Ullmark and Woll played out of their minds. A 929 and a 935. Right around a 2 GAA for both of them. Not much to discuss for defensemen. Devon Toews had 16 points in 24. Adam Fox, 14 and 18. Meh. And your Conn Smythe winner is going to be Kyle Connor. He is an absolute machine. 35 points in 24 games played, 18 goals as well. We've got 4 players that ended up with 23 points, and they all also played 21 games, which is fascinating. Well, I guess, weren't these guys aligned? Natchez, Marchand, and Draisaitl? Yeah. Fascinating. The Art-Hart combo is broken up. I took a little sneak peek. Kaprizov won the Art, but he did not get the Hart because that goes to Jack Hughes. Kel McCarr assigned the Norris Trophy Lady Bing to Panarin. Michkov awarded the Calder. Kyle Connor, as we saw, gets the Conn Smythe. No surprise there. Vezina to Montembeault, and he also gets the Jennings. Good on ya. Essa Lindell voted the Bill Masterton winner. Laviolette is awarded the Jack Adams. Barkov wins a Selke. Draisaitl with a Ted Lindsay. And the Rocket Richard goes to the Breadman. Here is your playoff tree. That video was a roller coaster because I was starting to question if we could even do what I wanted to do. I always forget about the new features in franchise mode. Maybe you can turn those off. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But either way, we got it done. We had a mid record at the trade deadline. And then we had some conversations and the boys bought in. We ended up going on a run and unfortunately got put out in the second round, but I think we put up a decent fight. Well, that's all she wrote, folks.